Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. I'm in the middle, yeah. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. For the tarot portion, I'm using the Star Tarot. It's the second edition on there by Kathy McLeland. There's the whole front of the box. There's a website for Kathy at the top here. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out, kathymcleland.com. Supportive Oracle cards. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. Is that what's... There's websites at the bottom. I want to say that she has her own website. I'll look real fast. I want to say it's on the back here. Yep. There we go. There's a picture of Colette. And at the bottom of that paragraph next to her picture is her website. There's a couple other ones below that. So feel free to check out whatever you would like. And for the last part, I do use dice. I think this is 21-sided. 21-sided, and it does omit 0, so it doesn't do the Fool, but close enough. I'll make it work. I use the 4-sided dice for the element, and then I use this 14-sided dice for the minor arcana. I want to say that the 14-sided dice came from here, mathartfun.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. And then the bigger one came from Tom Anders, which I know there's a website on here, I just don't see it. Impact Miniatures, I think. Hopefully that focuses so you can see it if you're interested. On the back here is that thing. So if you want to use that thing, go ahead and use that thing. Alright, so with that being said, if you want a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the current pricing also, my Instagram is below if you want to go on there. So I'm just on here in Instagram. And without further ado, let's go on to your reading. Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid from whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Gemini? Possibilities here. Okay. Gemini always has possibilities, don't you? I don't know. Does that seem a little bit too, like, obvious? You're like, I know I have possibilities. Like, I feel like you know that. So, if we're talking about possibilities, even though you know about that, is this about choosing or not choosing something, or choosing more than one? I feel like this current situation that I feel like it hasn't been like the most pleasant thing for you. Even though I feel like people like you, whatever the situation is, I just feel like it hasn't been like what you really wanted it to be. It's been stuck. I feel like I've been left out. You got the 8 of Cups, and I feel like when I get this 8 of Cups, I feel like I keep seeing somebody walk away from me or people walking away from me. Like I was an option, and they just kind of went on to something else. I wasn't shocked, but it's like instead of like it's almost like going through interviews for a job, and you get to like the last stage, and then like no, we're not going to choose you, and it's like, okay, and I feel like this has happened a few times. Whatever this category is, it's not the worst thing, but I'm not happy about it. It's really not the worst thing. I understand that, but it's kind of like, why can't this just finally go where I want it to go? It means something to you, whatever this is. This could be a place that you're currently working, and you just keep getting passed up for a promotion, or you never get on the team you want, or there's certain options you're hoping for, and you're just never offered it. But there are some positive connections here. People do like you. So I get the Two of Cups, like people do like you and people do want you around, But I also feel like I would kind of look at that like, all right, it seems like it, but if they like me so much, why don't I get chosen for these things? Why don't I get why am I not getting what I want? Why is this not going where I want it to be? There's a lot of I keep getting a lot of positive energy around you, which almost seems it's not supposed to be taunting, but it does feel taunting, if that makes sense. Things are not moving forward. We want to release the Hanged Man. We got that in the dice. And then we got the Knight of Wands, which is kind of like, you see through this. You definitely see through this. People acting like a decision was just made off the top of their head, or it's just like just a random decision, but you know how these people act, and you're like, no, I know that one. They may not tell people what they're about to choose, but they've thought about it for months. I know how they are. They're very methodical, they're very planned, they're very, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I feel like people are kind of giving this maybe a little bit of a smoke screen, like, oh, this time just didn't, it was just a random choice. You're like, it's not a random choice. I know it's not a random choice. These people are planning things out. The person in control especially, they know what they're going to choose. Why is my turn not coming? Is it coming is the question. You're not trapped in this situation, but they're saying, breathe new life into yourself. Breathe new life into yourself about this situation. You got possibilities coming that you could literally have this time. Because it's not about having possibilities, it's about being able to attain the said possibilities. We want to attain them. Okay. So the cycle is coming around again. Did I show this? I don't know if I showed this. Like, I keep seeing the Knight of Wands here. Not the Knight of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. But, like, all this stuff up in the trees. Like, all these possibilities that are just waiting. I keep thinking of low-hanging fruit. Although those are not fruit on that tree. But still, it kind of makes me think, like, something is coming your way. The dancer's coming in. The season's coming in. Like, the cycle is coming again. So something is coming around again, right? Okay. And I don't think this is a shock for this situation. It just, you finding out about it comes out of nowhere. You finding out about it. Doesn't mean other people didn't know, but you finding out about it comes out of nowhere. The tower comes in. It's not a bad tower, but I feel like I'm a little pessimistic, kind of like, oh, here's great opportunities that I won't get chosen for. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to not be pessimistic, but it feels like it. I'm like, I feel like you are frustrated that it's been going around so many times, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, but it's kind of like, I want something. I don't want to just be like, hey, look at that cake that you're not going to have. Look at those cookies that you're not going to have those either. Like, stop pointing it out to me if you're not going to let me have them. They're saying be careful not to get bogged down by the negativity. Is there negativity here? Yes. But don't let it hold you down. Don't let it trap you. Don't let it control you. You do have possibilities here. It's just finding your way in and getting your moment to move forward. So be careful of that. It makes sense why you would feel that way. But they're saying that energy, it's hard for you to see the actual door. When you keep looking at the ground, you can't see, like, if there's a door on the second floor and you keep looking down towards the basement, it's going to be really hard for you to see that door on the second floor. So they're saying, like, that's why they're saying, try to keep your energy up, try to be optimistic as much as you can be, because if you're looking in the right direction, you'll see that second floor door, I'm saying it wrong, but you know what I mean. You'll see it. So it's kind of like they're trying to bring something forward. I feel like this reading is saying that we're trying to bring something that you can have to maybe move you in a better position so you could have more actual real possibilities coming forward. Because if you pay attention, it's just about seeing it. There's adjacent possibilities. So it's almost like if this was a work thing, just for example, we're hiring 5 new people over in this department. Okay, you see that, but you're Gemini. You also can look past that. If they're hiring 5 more people over here, those people support this other group, right? So it's like, how do I explain this? It's almost like, these are people who do the work and do the calls for people who do the higher end job. You're qualified for the higher end job. So they're already hiring 5 people over here, and you're like, but they already have enough for the people that they have in that higher department, which you are qualified for, is what I keep getting. So it's kind of like, you know what? I don't want one of those 5 positions, but you know what? I think I do want that. So it's kind of like, you know what? Going over there, finding out what's going on, touching base with people, you're gonna get some attention for it. But like, I feel like people are like, that Gemini is pretty on the ball today. Like they seem to understand what's going on. Did somebody tell them? Did somebody tell Gemini what's going on? Why does Gemini know what's going on? I feel like they're saying that's where you could end up going. That's where you should center your efforts. And I feel like you want to literally talk to people in that area if you can. Like for the analogy, like I want to touch base with people so people realize like, I see what you're doing. I know where you're going. I know there's a reason. So let's talk about that over there. It comes in really, really quick. The Hawk Prince is like, I keep getting like you're seeing something that other people aren't seeing. You can see through it, and if you jump ahead and start talking to the right people, you make an impression. They're like, that Gemini, they seem to know what was going on. Who told Gemini? They're going to remember you, though. So that way when you apply for that, you're like, oh, this is that Gemini. You know, when they came up asking questions, they knew we were going to. I mean, we knew we were going to, too, but they knew ahead of it. They're ahead of the game. Maybe we want Gemini. Maybe we want Gemini. So, it's all about balance. You've been passed by a few times. Do your best to keep that positive outlook, because if you're in that positive energy, you're going to see it. You're going to see the connection very easily. It's just harder if you're looking downward. This is one of the times they're saying don't hold anything back either. Let yourself just talk about whatever you want to talk about. Okay, that's interesting. And then you got the 7 of Swords. You want people to remember that you participated. They're not paying attention really closely to what you're saying. They're not paying attention closely to anybody. So this is one of those times where you can just talk and talk as much as you want, participate as much as you can. They're just going to remember that you participated. They're not going to remember what you said. I don't know what to say about this situation. That seems kind of odd, but like... Some people will pay attention, but there's certain people who are just going to remember that you participated, that they heard your voice a lot, but not what you said. The wheel is here. I don't feel like I can give any type of guarantees, but it's a general read. Can I anyway? Find out what it is that they need the most. Find out the values. That's another reason why you want to get ahead of this. Again, they're hiring 5 people over here, but you know they support this higher up position. You want to go there to ask questions so that they remember you, but you gotta like find out what is it they value the most. What is it that they want the most, and then play that song in as many different instruments as you can. But always play that same song. Just keep using different instruments. Keep playing that song. You're gonna know what you need to say. You're gonna know. Just keep playing that same song with different instruments. You know what I mean? Keep playing that same song. There's something that somebody wants here. They're trying to stabilize something. They're trying to build something better. You are very adaptable. Typically, Gemini is very adaptable. They're going to like that. You have different ways of doing things. They like that. All you have to do is highlight that, like, I see your values. I have those values. And just keep playing that same song as many different ways as you can, but keep playing that same song. As long as you find that out and you keep playing that same song, you'll be fine. You got it. You have it. It should be yours. Because there's more coming up. They're going to want to change things. They're going to like that you're adaptable. They're going to also be very happy when they realize, oh, Gemini understands what we want here, and they value the same thing. We should have Gemini here. Are we good? Whew, I think we're done. I'm going to shut that down there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.